I just wanted faith, but I lost my peace.
Today I have Grace Anita Paul here with me, and she wants to share a deep personal and emotional experience about her time in a church community. Thank you for your courage to speak out. This can't be easy.
Thank you. It's really not easy, but I believe it is important. When I first joined Dunamis Church in 2016, I came with a pure heart. I was young, I was struggling, I was looking for God, and I just wanted direction for my life. But even then, I was already struggling financially. Oftentimes, I could not afford transportation fare to the church, but still I held on to my faith.
So when did that hope begin to change?
It started gradually when I joined a home cell. I began to notice some things that didn't feel right. I couldn't fully explain it, but deep down, something in me was uncomfortable. Then one day, a church member, someone I had seen on the altar, approached me. He made sexual advances at me, and when I refused, he called me a baby believer. That moment really broke something inside me because I kept asking myself, how can someone represent God publicly and behave like this privately? This incident broke something in me. That was how it began.
Okay, Grace. Your public complaint shows that you went through a very difficult experience in 2020. Can you tell us what happened?
Yes, that period of my life was very heavy. I was dealing with fear, stress, and personal struggles. I even had a disturbing dream that left me shaking. A few days after the dream, I went to the church, the Glory Dome in Abuja. But I wasn't okay. I was overwhelmed. I felt like I was losing control of myself. Honestly, I didn't go there for anything complicated. I just needed help. I just needed somewhere to rest so I could recover from the trauma of the dream and finally compose myself. But instead of getting rest, I was misunderstood. I tried to explain myself, but it felt like nobody really saw me as a human being in distress. At some point, I was handled in a way that made me feel completely helpless. That day, I felt alone, completely alone.
Okay, Grace. In the middle of all that, was there any moment of kindness you remembered?
Yes, and I always try to be honest about that. There were a few people, especially among security staff, who showed me kindness. They tried to calm me down, they helped contact my family, and my brother came. I appreciate that effort, I really do. But even with that, the experience as a whole left me with a deep wound.
So, Grace, what happened in 2022 that made you finally step away?
2022 was the breaking point for me. I went for a prayer session, trusting like I always had. But something was done to me without my consent. I didn't agree to it, I wasn't informed, I didn't even realize or understand what was happening. In that moment, and when I realized, I felt shocked. I felt violated. That was the moment I knew I could no longer feel safe there.
So, Grace, tell us, how did that experience affect your life?
It changed everything. This experience changed everything. At first, it took my peace away from me, and my life became unstable. I struggled mentally and emotionally. I lost my business, something I worked hard, so hard to build. I missed important exams. At some point, I even lost my sense of stability and direction. It felt like my life was slipping through my hands and I couldn't hold it together anymore. Believe me, that's a very painful place to be for anyone to be.
So, Grace, tell us, did you try to speak to the church leadership about what happened?
Yes, I tried many times. I wasn't looking for a fight. I wasn't trying to bring anyone down. I just wanted to be heard. I tried to reach the senior pastor. I called, I visited, I explained myself, but I never got the chance to speak with him directly. And after a while, it started to feel like my voice didn't matter. It started to feel like what I had experienced doesn't really matter. And that feeling really broke me.
So why did you decide to speak to the public?
Because silence was destroying me. I kept everything inside for so long, trying to process things. I tried to process things I don't understand. And I was trying to heal quietly. Well, I realized that if I don't speak, I may never truly heal. It's not just about me. There could be other people confused just as I was, hurt just as I was, afraid to come out just as I was afraid to come out. But if my voice can help even one person feel seen, then it's worth it. It may be that I am not the only person affected. And I urge every victim of such to speak out and not hide it as I earlier did. And speaking out can only bring remedy, but hiding it can only cause more disaster in the body of Christ.
So, Grace, before we close, I want to ask you something directly. You have shared a lot, but I feel like there are still parts you have held back. What exactly happened to you? What did Dunamis Church do to you?
Truth is, what happened to me went beyond misunderstanding. Although I have shared it with a few people offline and I have discussed it online, but I didn't give full details. And the live video I made, when Facebook removed all the live videos, the live video I made about my experience also was removed. But in that video, I didn't give full details. I didn't mention the name of the church, which is the important detail. I held back for a long time because it's not easy to say these things out loud. When I first joined Home Cell, there was gossip, constant misrepresentation of who I was. Things said about me that were not true, and it followed me around. These aren't mere offenses, it is beyond offenses, it's an evil practice. There was also what I can describe as spiritual exploitation. Situations where my vulnerability and my faith were used against me. I was touched without my consent in ways that made me feel powerless and confused. And one of the most disturbing things I experienced was when someone spat into my mouth. Everything changed for me at that point. I was no longer something I could explain or try to even understand. Spiritually, it was wrong. It was invasive and it should never have happened. It should never have happened to me or to anyone. Another disturbing thing that happened was the multiple hiccups I had in 2020. After I was given a cup of tea by one of the security men in the church, and I slept uncontrollable, I felt things were being pulled off from the middle of my head. It was as a result of the spitting incidents that I missed my final year exams in October of 2022. And a few months after the incident, I began to spit out uncontrollably in the market, in the room, in the toilet, in the kitchen. I had to keep using a container so I won't litter my room with spit. And this saliva is not like a normal saliva. It has different kind of taste and different kind of smells. And the smell is not something I would even want to mention with my mouth. Smells of different things. Terrible smells, horrible. Female private parts, smell of rotten milk, smell of even feces. Sometimes I can't even describe this smell. And it's not easy for me to speak my experience out loud because I don't have control over these things coming into my mouth. I don't know about it and I don't know where this thing is coming from.
Grace, tell us, have you been to the hospital?
Yes, I ran some tests and took some medications, but it still didn't stop. It became worse over some period of time.
Now, Grace, I want to ask you this. Do you think this is a medical issue? Perhaps you contacted a disease through the saliva that was spat into your mouth, or do you think this is spiritual?
I really think it's both. I think it is both. But it may be more of spiritual. due to the invisible movement I feel in my body, especially sensitive parts of my body, like my private part. So I could say it's both.
This must have been tough on you. Now, Grace, what will you say to those people that will watch this broadcast?
I would say, first of all, to the victim of such, never ignore that quiet voice inside you. When something feels wrong, faith is supposed to bring peace, not fear, not confusion, not loss of dignity. And for me, I just want my life back. I want my peace, my clarity, my sense of self. That's all I want. I want Dunamis to give me my life back. That is all. I just want my life back. And I will say this to the concerned individuals watching this. Please help me with your voice. Help me reach the senior pastor of Dunamis International Gospel Center in Abuja. I want my voice to be heard, and I want the individual involved to face accountability. I am not speaking for only me, but for the naive individuals who will obey such instructions just as I did, and saliva will be spat into their mouth just as it was done to me. It is me today. We don't know who it will be tomorrow. This is a thing of concern. This is newsworthy. This is something that the people are supposed to be aware of. I believe that God did not allow me to pass through this for nothing. And I strongly believe this is important, as I said from the beginning. I had to speak because things need to be done regarding things that are of concern to humanity. Thank you.
Thank you for your courage and honesty. Your story is deeply moving, and we appreciate you sharing it. This is a thing of concern because this can affect anyone. It's not you today, but it could be your loved ones tomorrow. If we decide to keep quiet on situations like this, no one deserves to be penetrated in such manner. Please, lend your voice. She is pleading with the general public to help her reach the senior pastor of Dunamis. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
At this crucial moment of my life, I want to take out this time to appeal, to beg, to plead to all Nigerians to lend me their voice and their effort. Nigerians, I appeal to you, come to my rescue, because this experience is very ugly. It is something I want to be separated from forever. Come to my rescue. Please, help me. Lend me your voice. Speak for me. Put in your effort. All I want is to be free. All I want is to be separated from the entanglement that I don't have understanding of. I want my sense of sanity, my sense of clarity, and my sense of stability. Please, Nigerians, come to my rescue. God bless you all. I am open for as many interviews as possible that will bring out the truth in this experience of mine. Thank you so much, Nigerians. God bless you all. Thank you.